everybody, and welcome to our Race for Seis Webcast Round 2 Playoff Edition. I'm RJ Marquez, and joining me as always is Mr. David Sears. And David, we're going to get all into the matchups here, into some predictions and previews. But first of all, how just excited, how giddy are you about this series? It seems like the Spurs and the Thunder have kind of been on this route for a while now, for a couple of months at least.
For several months, we've pretty much known this was going to be the second round matchup for the Spurs. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
They played them twice in the playoffs before, both in the Western Conference Finals, so this is the first time they're not in the Western Conference Finals facing each other. But when you've got Kevin Durant, you got Russell Westbrook, and you got Serge Ibaka, you got those, they're three superstars, and you got all the Spurs superstars. Couldn't ask for a better matchup.
Right, and as you just mentioned, the third time in 5 years that the Spurs and OKC are going to match up in the playoffs. There's already been so many memorable moments in those two previous series. I mean, we were just looking at some stuff online the other day, the Corey Joseph dunk, the Tim Duncan Game 6 play, even, the James Harden three-point shot that put the Spurs away. I know, we don't want to talk about that one, but just so many memorable moments.
The last time they lost the first series they played, and then a couple years ago they won that series, and they went on to win the NBA championship.
Yeah. Hopefully we're on the same path. Yeah,
just saying.
So David just mentioned the star power that's going to be on the court: Kawhi, LaMarcus, Durant, Westbrook. So David, we always talk about the key matchup here: Kawhi Leonard versus Kevin Durant. That's always a big one. Is there sort of another one that maybe you're looking into? Another one that kind of sticks out to you?
The Serge Ibaka, probably on LaMarcus Aldridge, is going to be one to watch, just because this is the first year, obviously, for LaMarcus on the Spurs, and during the 4 games that they played each other, that's going to be an interesting matchup in the playoffs. And whoever's going to take on Russell Westbrook, good luck. Tony will get his try at it. I would not be surprised, we were talking about this earlier, would not be surprised to see Kawhi Leonard on Russell Westbrook some, Danny Green over on Kevin Durant some. I mean, Pop's going to do Pop things. He's going to be just maneuvering. Guys are going to get double teamed. They don't expect it. Who knows? You might throw a zone defense out there anywhere. The other matchup you were talking about was the two coaches matchup.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about Greg Popovich, experienced coach, arguably the best coach of all time in the NBA, versus Billy Donovan, a rookie head coach who's really, this is going to be the first true test of his NBA coaching career.
He's won some championships in college, which is going to help him experience-wise as far as big games. The difference is, and he sort of felt that in the first round, of course, it was Dallas. We know how bad Dallas is. But the difference is, college is one and done. You get to make adjustments. And so he can see what happens in game 1, and then he can make some adjustments for game 2 and game 3. But then again, Pop's going to be doing the same thing. So it'll be very interesting to see how a rookie coach against the guy who's been to the finals 6 times and won 5.
Talk a little bit down low. The Spurs and Oklahoma City sort of have this nice sort of big men matchup. What do you kind of see out of, not really LaMarcus Aldridge, but more Tim Duncan, David West, Boris Diaw, those guys going up against the Thunder big men?
Go back to game 6 in the Western Conference Finals a couple years ago. Boris had 26 points. I believe it was 26 points, right? He had a big game.
Yeah, he did.
I think Tim Duncan and I think Boris and I think David West can all have big games. I think Tim Duncan's been resting all season. This is what he's been waiting for, because we don't know how much he'll play against Golden State, because then when they go small, he's obviously not going to be in there. So he's been waiting for this. I mean, this is, he's been napping all season waiting for this. 40 years old, forget it. He's ready to go.
All right, David, before you make your David Sears Fearless prediction, do you have any other keys, anything else, any little nugget of information we might have here?
Spurs bench is going to be big. As usual, I think, and I say that because when you go back to that series a couple years ago, who was the guy that sparked it? It was Corey Joseph off the bench that slammed right into Ibaka's face plus the foul. It was a bench guy that got them going. And I think the Spurs bench is going to be. How about some Boban?
Yeah, hey,
nice.
Boban, huh? You talk about the height of Oklahoma City. I mean, Steven Adams, 7-footer, Enes Kanter, 6'11" guy. So yeah, definitely, I could see Boban making an impact there.
Maybe so. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it?
All right, David. So now the time for your fearless prediction. What do you got here?
6. I got it.
6. He's not going to hesitate. Yeah, I have to go that same way. I'm going to say 6 games. I think, Oklahoma City, they have guys that can score, so I think that'll keep them in a lot of these games. But I really do think these games are going to be tight, to begin with, and I really feel that this is going to be just amazing.
There's not going to be a single game like there was in the first round for either team. I mean, I know Oklahoma City lost one to Dallas, but how many times is Kevin Durant going to go 7 for 33? 4 more times would be fine.
That would be
He could do that. He could just throw up an egg for 4 more games. Be all right. Spurs would love to win in 4 and go on to, some rest and get ready. I think it's going to be 6 because Oklahoma City is a tough place to play.
Yeah.
And, the Spurs, they have their lapses every now and then.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, but I think Oklahoma City get a couple.
All right. Well, David, that's a wrap for this week's Race for Seis webcast. Follow the latest Spurs news and updates on air and online at KSAT.com. And remember, we'll have Spurs specials on KSAT 12 prior to games 1 through 4. And of course, instant replay Sunday nights. We have a Sunday night game, so you definitely want to check that out. And don't forget about our Facebook Lives on KSAT 12's Facebook page. We're also taking that show on the road to OKC, so it's going to be all David Sears all the time.
Well, no. You're going, aren't you?
Yeah, I am going for this one. Yeah, we're taking this on the road.
This is your first road trip.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, definitely.
Actually,
hopefully the Spurs.
We're going to actually have somebody who's going to their first rodeo.
Yeah, there you go.
Fun.
I like that.
Don't get bucked.
All right, David, any final words here?
Go Spurs, go.